The space company founded by Jeff Bezos is already kicking itself as all launch plans seem running downhill. Even though you're being paid well to work in Blue Origin company, at some point you feel terrible that the company you're working for is struggling to record successful space launches consistently. Instead, it's always full of ups and downs. What is happening with Blue Origin? Why does it look like everything about the company is gradually running toward frustration? Let's find out in today's great episode. NASA has already chosen SpaceX to build its HLS, or Human Landing System, for Phase 3 of the Artemis program, which aims to send people to the moon by 2024. SpaceX will get the entire $2.9 billion contract for the HLS, which is bad news for Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos. Blue Origin has lost a key project before. There have been many others in the past. It makes us wonder if Blue Origin is going downhill, if it's a total failure, or if it will still be a big player in the long run. In December, the US Space Force ended its deal with Northrop Grumman and Blue Origins in October 2018 to work together on launch technology. That was a massive loss because Northrop Grumman was paid twice as much as Blue Origin. Blue Origin was paid $255.5 million over 2 years, while Northrop Grumman was paid $531.7 million. Even though that was a massive setback for the company, they are still on track to launch their suborbital spaceship called New Shepard, which they've been working on as part of their new space tourism venture. New Shepard is a vertical takeoff and a landing VTOL spacecraft that will be used for Blue Origin's commercial space tourism venture, which was finalized in 2015. A rough test flight was supposed to happen in 2019, but that's been pushed back to 2021. The first person who bought a seat on the New Shepard at an auction of $28 million can be on board soon. The spacecraft can take up to 7 people to suborbital space when it's fully operational. Things don't look good though. The planned human crewed flights for 2021 are likely to be cancelled. What's wrong with Blue Origin exactly? We all know that Jeff Bezos is a smart businessman. The guy is one of the wealthiest men in the world and has done well in the past. Amazon is the largest online store in the world, so it makes sense that Bezos built it. Even though he is no longer the CEO of Amazon, he will still have much to do with the company. He started Blue Origins in 2000, and at least with New Shepard, he has had some success. When you look at the competition, especially Elon Musk's SpaceX, there's a world of difference. SpaceX is far more advanced than Blue Origin in aerospace engineering and development, and SpaceX has already sent rockets into space. They even sent their red electric roadster into orbit around Mars using the Falcon 9. The rocket system for the Starship, a super heavy reusable launch vehicle, has been taking NASA astronauts to the International Space Station. Now Elon Musk has his sights set on Mars. Can Bezos catch up with these developments? It's very unlikely, and the success of the New Shepard is nothing compared to what the competition can do. The rocket passed an uncrewed test and landed on its feet. Smaller competitors are gaining ground, and the New Shepard has yet to have a test flight with people on board, let alone be sent into space. Even Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic Unity 22 finished its 4th space flight. What's impressive is that Branson left the Virgin spaceport in New Mexico on July 11th aboard the Unity. 3 employees and 2 pilots flew to the edge of space, as if Virgin Galactic rushing ahead wasn't bad enough. Even smaller companies are quickly catching up to outsmart Blue Origins. For instance, the Rocket Lab has finished its Electron rocket with 3D printed engines. This is crazy because the Rocket Lab is just starting, but it has already launched 18 real satellites into space. Now it wants to send a spacecraft to Venus. Can Blue Origin do this? It's not that Blue Origins can't catch up. It might be able to, or need more of Jeff Bezos' money to show progress. Blue Origin has been looking into human space flight to make money from space tourism for a long time. If Bezos could pull it off, the company would get a lot of money. The original plan was to let the rich experience weightlessness and see Earth from space. Having us more involved in the company's day-to-day operations could be a big help in getting customers and contracts that would really put the company on the map. Let's talk about Blue Origin's other project, New Glenn, named after the astronaut John Glenn. It's a 2-stage heavy lift rocket with a reusable stage booster that can send 50-ton payloads and satellites into orbit. The question is whether or not Blue Origins can get it going. The problem is that Bezos needs help to move things along. It could also carry people, which is a big plus, but the test, which was supposed to happen in 2021, was postponed to 2022 to clear off flaws. To prove that it can do what it says it can do, New Glenn will need to complete several missions. This is especially true if it wants to make money and be helpful to space agencies like NASA. As a result of the cancellation of the Space Force contract, NASA is also allowing New Glenn to compete for a contract under its launch services program. So it looks like everything still needs to be recovered, and if Bezos can give the project new life, it could still be a challenge to others in the space industry. Of course, SpaceX has been working with NASA for a long time. Elon Musk is an engineer himself, so he knows all the technical nitty-gritties of how his business works. The man is always on board to keep an eye on the building of the Starship. SpaceX wants to go to Mars and is working with NASA, which makes the company more appealing. Bezos and Blue Origin would have to work very hard to beat SpaceX. It won't even use rockets for its sister company to launch the 3,000 satellites that are a part of its famous project. The Creeper project was started in 2019 as an Amazon subsidiary. Many people think that not using a space vehicle from Blue Origin to set up a large satellite broadband internet constellation and provide affordable worldwide broadband internet connectivity, the SpaceX's Starlink is a big letdown and an insult to the space company. Instead, it has given its first 9 launches to the United Launch Alliance, which will use its Atlas V rockets. Despite the fact that Blue Origin's latest project, Blue Moon, a lunar lander for carrying cargo and crew to the moon, was supposed to win NASA's $2.8 billion contract but lost to SpaceX. The only saving grace for Blue Origin is its rocket engines, like the BE-4, which will also be used in the upcoming Vulcan rocket by United Launch Alliance. Jeff Bezos could save the money if he gets more involved in Blue Origin. Whether Blue Origin is a success or a failure now depends on Jeff Bezos. It takes more than money sometimes. Elon Musk has passion, a goal, and a vision. He has even said that he would spend his last dollar to do the impossible and start a new era of space travel of humans. Jeff Bezos is just a rich guy who wants to be noticed by getting the government to pay for it. That's a big difference. The New Shepard is a joke, but that's only because it's taken so long to fly people, which is supposed to be its main job. Blue Origin wants to avoid making flights for tourists, though. New Shepard is a way to get somewhere else. Blue Origin has kept the rocket on the ground to save money and gain experience, just like their motto says, slow and steady. As long as their BE-4 engine doesn't go wrong, they'll be around for a while. They've been having a rough time lately because the prices and momentum are the same as ULA's were 15 years ago. BO is at a big disadvantage because none of its equipment has gone into orbit. Even the old guard in the industry is starting to realize that they must compete with SpaceX or go out of business. But the main difference between Bezos and Musk is something we all need to understand. Musk is the best engineer in the world. Yes, Bezos is smart, but differently. Engineers respect charisma and are drawn to them, so Musk will always have that going for him. Let's remember to be good to engineers, software designers, and other experts who are actually working on the Blue Origin project. It's not their fault that their management and CEO are not doing it as expected. The designers and workers were busy trying to give SpaceX a good challenge. Do you think Blue Origin will change course and take actions that will restore our faith in them as a space company? Also, take a look into Blue Origin's engine problem, huge capsule blast away from booster during launch to know more about this.